and he didn't go to one. Okay. My beautiful viewers on E360, how are you feeling? Today is a very special summit for me. It's all around about kids and kids' wisdom and what we can teach our children and what all these amazing adults is doing in their lives to make kids' lives better, to show them a better way, to prepare them in case of Nina for a working future. I'm so excited. I'm truly excited. This will also be my last summit for the year. You will see Love Illuminated Summit 13. I am in 4 days flying to New Zealand. I am going to stay with my children. I forget every time my children, my grandchildren. I'm going to stay with my grandchildren and meet my newest grandson coming in October, and I will be there for 4 months. And to do this summit, there's quite a lot of work in. So I will be doing the next one in February. So, my beautiful guest, I'm truly so honored that all of you are here. I'm so excited for you to be here. And all of you had coffee chats with me. And while we had coffee chats, you told me how you're serving the world. And one of the things that you are doing, you're making a difference in children's lives. Some of you I have spoken in February, March already, and I made a note for this summit, Kids Summit, that I would love to invite you to be here. So I'm going to start as you are on my screen. I'm going to start with you, my beautiful Julie. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hello, everybody. Blessed to be here joining all of you. My name is Julie Deanne. I am in Northern Virginia, United States, and I am the creator of the My Time Within program. And this is a very simple yet powerful, effective program. I believe the most important skill you can teach children to create a daily practice where you connect to the core within so that you can stay calm no matter what's going on outside and remain calmly confident. Yeah, I guess somebody had their mic on. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And my beautiful Julie, you are also my sponsor, one of my sponsors for today's show. So when everybody has introduced themselves, I will play your and beautiful Nina's sponsoring video. So my beautiful Ashley, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Absolutely. Thank you, Sanet, for inviting me here today. I'm Ashley Balza, and I am known as the Self Care Mama. I am in Green Bay, Wisconsin, so the United States, and I'm a mom of 7.
I love that. I love that. So I just got somebody in our amazing Diamond Beauties group to say, Eva, hello everyone. So she is so happy that she can watch all of us. Thank you for being here, my beautiful Eva. My beautiful Nina, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Sanet. Thank you so much for having me on this beautiful show. My name is Nina Magnich. I'm a marketing coach for healers and energy healer. My mission is to bring spark of joy to the world and help humanity heal. And the initiative that I'm doing with other healers is called the Spark of Joy, where we provide resources for kids to find the spark of joy again, feel self-confident, and enjoy their life.
Wow, that is so beautiful. And thank you also for being my sponsor, my beautiful Nina. My beautiful Leah, can you introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Hi, my name is Leah Brown. I'm from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin, in the United States. And I'm very honored to work for the Children's Theater in my town. And also, I do voiceover for a good number of audiobooks and cartoons for kids. and hoping to go get work for like Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, Disney someday. That's my goal, to bring joy on a worldwide scale.
Wow, that's incredible. So, my beautiful guest, if I might ask if you can please mute yourself, because we've got quite a lot of back noise as well. And then when it's your time, remember to unmute yourself. So, thank you so much for that, beautiful Leo. When you came to the Power Hour, you actually gave us one of your voice interpretations, and everybody just loved it. And also in the Dharma Beauties, we were talking the next week about your beautiful voice over that you have done. So maybe you can give us an example again. That will be amazing. But no pressure on you. We don't want to put pressure on you. Thank you, my beautiful Leah. My beautiful Mark, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
I'd be happy to. Thank you for having me. So my name is Mark Papadis. I'm from Orlando, Florida, and I'm known as the Be Great Guy because of my work bringing personal development to kids. I like to say, if you have to describe what I do in one sentence, just imagine Tony Robbins meets Charlie Brown. So my mission is to do for kids empowerment and kids personal development what the Muppets did for reading and for math.
Wow. Every time you say that, Charlie Brown and Tony Roberts, I just laugh. It's so beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Mark. So, my beautiful Kenneth, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Thank you, Sanet, for having me here today. And hello, everyone. My name is Kenneth Hill. I'm from New Jersey here in the US. And I'm the owner of a martial arts school called US Hapkido Alliance. Well, we specialize in teaching special needs students and abilities. You know, our focus is on what you can do instead of what you were told you cannot do.
That's truly remarkable. You are truly remarkable. Thank you. Thank you for that. My beautiful Maureen, are you able to see us now, or do you still see another screen? Maureen, can you hear me? Okay. I'm sure you are muted. Just give me 1 second.
There you go. Can you hear me now?
Okay. You can talk, Maureen.
Okay, perfect. I cannot see anyone. I'm just looking at our beautiful graphic of everybody, so I'm not sure why I can't see you, but I will tell you about me and what I think about my
So, Maureen, can I
belief
just
that
say
self.
to you, Maureen, sorry,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry for this. You are very static, and we hear just like that. May I make a
Ah,
suggestion? If you can go out and come in again, and maybe you will also be able to see us. I will let you come in studio as soon as you come back. Thank you so much.
okay. Thank you.
My beautiful Chris, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yeah, so Chris Morrison. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm actually out visiting my girlfriend out in Charlottesville, Virginia right now. I am well, first and foremost, I am a father to Asher and Oliver, my 9 and 6 year old. And with them, I wrote Today I Choose to Be Me. This is my kids' book that I've put together and will actually have some on hand here in like 15 days so that I can actually start shipping the ones that I've sold out. But my whole concept is getting kids to declare who they are. Because if you can declare who you are, the world has a lot less chance of telling you what it thinks you should be.
That is incredible. So I am bringing Maureen in, but Chris, I just wanted to let you know when I talk to you, for me, your concept, everything that you are doing is truly remarkable. You have shared your opening of your book on Facebook, and I ask you for your permission if we can play that video so that people can see actually in visual what your concept is, and it's truly remarkable. I love it. And that will help children not to believe the labels that other people will give them. I love what you are doing. Thank you. My beautiful Maureen, can you see us now? I'm so happy. Please
Yes, I'm
introduce.
so excited. I get to see your faces. It was just the same.
I'm so
All
happy.
righty. I am
Please
Maureen
introduce
Scanlon.
yourself.
Awesome. I am a master life coach, self confidence coach, an author, as well as a podcast host. My whole brand and premise is teaching people to follow the ways of our dogs and really just live the way that they do. And I have two books for adults, and I've written a children's book called My Dog Bexley is Just Like Me, where it teaches that emotions are good and everything that your dog does, you can emanate to live your best and happy life.
That is incredible, incredible. I loved it. We're definitely going to come back to that as well. So, my beautiful Julie, are you ready for your video for your sponsorship, your commercial? Are you ready? Okay, so
Yes, absolutely.
Judy didn't see a video. She just did a video for me, and I put something in front and back. So here we go, my beautiful Julie.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Julie Deanne, the creator of My Time Within. Now, this is a quick, fun, daily practice for children and adults that empowers them to remain calm and confident despite whatever chaos is going on in their lives. And what we are really talking about here is emotional freedom. Who doesn't want that, right? Connect with me at juliedeanneauthor.com. And thank you so much, Sanet, for your beautiful network and for having us all on the show and sharing these wonderful, powerful tools with the world.
And Julie, I hope you loved your video. I love the photograph that you have taken with Dolly Partner. I know that I know she's a doll, but she's a very big, and she bought so many books for children all over the world already. So that was truly incredible. Do you love your commercial?
Oh, I love what you created, Sanet. Thank you so much. And yeah, part of the imagination library that Dolly Parton does, there was an event for that. It was magical, magical.
Thank you. And I'm going to ask you about your TED talk as well. So a little bit later in the show. Thank you so much. My
Thank you.
beautiful Nina, your video was extremely beautiful. I didn't do anything with it. You have brought in your links where people can look at, and it was truly so beautiful. I've already put it onto the YouTube channel, and it's already in the magazine for November, for October. And Julie, yours will also be going in. The whole video will go into the magazine. How incredible! Are you ready for your beautiful video, Nina?
Yes, I'm ready.
Here we
Thank
go.
that you have the power to heal, earn, and impact millions doing the work you love. Hi, my name is Nina Maglic. I'm a marketing coach for healers, helping them expand their reach, get more clients, and heal humanity. In my new membership, Healing Millions, I'm going to teach you how to build a profitable, predictable, and scalable healing business step by step with ease and clarity, even if you start from scratch and have no experience previously. Come and join us inside Healing Millions. We look forward to seeing you there. Click the link below to join us now.
Wow, beautiful. So both of your videos is also Nina, yours is already on E360, so they're going to promote on their side. And Julie, I have sent yours about an hour back. So they will not present it now, but they will definitely with because our show is going to be on a rerun as well. They will also send it out before the time as a promotion. So thank you so much. So Nina, how do you feel? I know you've done your video, but how do you feel being an amazing sponsor for today's show?
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for having me on your show. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to share what we do for kids, for adults, and how we serve the world. Thank you for that.
Wow, thank you. So, my beautiful guests, I'm going to do a quick round and then we're going to, oops, Leo, you almost gone. I'm going to do a quick round and then I'm going to start with a little bit more in depth discussion. So, I'm going to start with you, my beautiful Julie. What is the most important message and one message that you want to give to kids out there?
Just know that each one of us has all we need within. And what that means is when you connect inside to the core of your being, the core essence, you can trust that intuition. You can trust your inner guidance, and it will get you through anything in life.
I loved it. So I will love to give you a standing ovation. Here we go. Thank you. My beautiful Chris, what is the most important message that you have for kids out there? Now you muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Sorry, of course. Is it okay if I read the back? It's about 5 sentences or so.
Yes, please.
Okay. Just as you are in all you do, you are perfect, whole, and right, a star that shines both day and night. Laugh and play, stand tall, be seen. For all you are, from dawn to dusk in your own way, this book's a stage for you to say, today, simply be, declaring I am me. And it really, just as Julie said, every kid is perfect just as they come into the world. And the more we can allow them to have space and to connect with the language for them to create who they are from, the more in harmony the kids will be for the rest of their life.
I love that. Standing ovation for you. I am standing, my beautiful Chris. I am just now adding the hand clap to it. My beautiful Nina, what is your most important message for kids?
There's a whole new world inside of you waiting to be explored, and you have everything what you need to live a life you want, to go for your dreams, and you don't have to be anybody else but you. You have everything what you need inside of you already.
I loved it. Thank you so much, my beautiful Nina. My beautiful Ashley. And for you?
I would say that, like everybody else has said, focus on who you are and who you were created to be. Don't let the lies of other people, of teachers or other adults or other children that you may surround yourself with in your life, don't let their lies dig a root into you, because it will ultimately poison the fruit that you have to give to other people.
Beautiful. Yes to you, my beautiful Ashley. My beautiful Kenneth. And for you?
Well, for me, I always encourage the students to realize how valuable they are being different. I always teach them to focus on who they are and not what someone else is or what they do. And my team has been great with, understanding that concept, and we show them the value that they have just by being who they are. So it's just a blessing to be different.
Beautiful. Thank you, my beautiful Kenneth. My beautiful Maureen.
I just saw a quote today that said, "It's the will, not the skill." And I really like that one. And I believe if we just teach kids to just jump in and do it, building that self confidence for kids, I think is crucial. Mindfulness through the eyes of our pets teaches kids that emotions are good. We want children to feel. We are humans made to feel, and we don't want to stifle emotion. So any emotion is good, and you get to feel it, you get to process it. You're allowed to do that. So that's my nugget.
Wow, I love it. Yes to you, my beautiful Marie, my beautiful Mark, and for you.
Well, one of my quotes that most people seem to identify with is that I say kids are like wet glue, and that anything that falls upon them leaves an impression and tends to stick. So where I work with kids is teaching them to be that individual, because it's part of human nature is to want to be part of something that's bigger than just ourselves, but make those choices wisely. And a lot of time kids haven't had that experience as far as how to choose that. So I always say, play the role. Kids love to act, right? Play the role of the person that they want to be, and it'll just kind of come naturally.
That is so beautiful. Yes to you, my beautiful Mark. And Leon, not lost, but please tell us what is your beauty. And you are working with kids. Oh, Leo, you have to keep that camera still, please.
Sorry
Can
about that.
please, can you tell us what is your wisdom? What is the one thing that you want to tell any kid that is watching this or will watch this in the future?
I would tell them that everything that they see around them, it started with a dream, and somebody found out what they were passionate about, and they didn't let anyone tell them that they couldn't do it. And so, as they get to know themselves and truly love themselves, wherever their passion leads them, just go with it. And anybody that encourages them, let them be encouraged. But anyone that says that it can't be done, just don't listen to that and follow their passions and contribute to their talent of this world.
Wow, I loved it. I loved it. Yes to you, my beautiful Leah. So, Leo, I'm going to quickly tell you, the guest, and also the audience a little story. It's not going to take long. When I am finished, will you be able to give us a voiceover on anything, on anyone? Can you give us, even if
Yeah.
it's just a few? Okay, perfect. So don't unmute, just leave you unmuted. So I'm quickly going to tell. So I am going to go to New Zealand. I'm flying out on Friday. I didn't hug my grandchildren since 1st of March 2023. So for me, it's 18 months and I cannot wait. Even if I talk about it, I want to cry. I cannot wait. The children cannot wait. But what I want to mention, Xander, my grandson, is 9 years old, and my beautiful grandson, Zayden, is 4. So he told me a week ago, Omi, they call me Omi, it's Nanny. Omi, I cannot wait for you to come. And I said, why, Xander? I can also not wait to hug you. And he tells me he's taller than me, but I don't think so. But anyway, and I said, but Omi can also not wait. He said, but Omi, I've got a surprise for you. I said, okay. What is the surprise? He said, you're going to publish my book. I'm almost finished writing it. I was blown
Oh,
away by this little one. And then he said to me, and Omi, I've got another surprise for you. I said, what, my beautiful one? He said, my booty. And his brother, 4 years old, wants his own book as well on Amazon.
oh,
Okay. So, my beautiful guests and viewers, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to publish my two grandchildren's and help them illustrate their books on Amazon. So, I am a soul diamond publisher, and my first clients is going to be my grandchildren. So, I'm truly excited. But there was no hesitation. I've got a brilliant idea. I've got a brilliant concept for a book. And Omi, you are going to get it in. So I love what you said. Thank you so much, my beautiful
Yeah,
Leah. So can
yeah,
you
thank
give
you.
us something to smile upon?
Yeah, so a voice, like do a voice.
Yes, please.
Um, yeah, just because I'll do Timmy Turner from the Fairly Odd Parents because it's so different from my voice. Okay, so let me think. So Timmy Turner, Nickelodeon, the Fairly Odd Parents. Dear Nick, Cosmo, Wanda, Obtuse, Rubber Goose, Green Moose, Flower Juice, Giant Cake, Birthday Cake, Large Rice, Chocolate Cake.
Oh, wow, that is incredible. You are truly incredible. And I truly believe that your wish is going to come true. You're going to do
Oh, thank
major
you.
pictures, major blockbuster pictures, voiceovers. And I know
Thank you.
because everything I touch turns into gold, and I am now proclaiming you will be.
Thank you,
Just love
Sanat.
it.
Well, your
Thank
grandson's
you.
books are already made also. The future just has to catch up.
Exactly. I love it. So, my beautiful Mark, if I can start with you, can you please tell us how are you serving the kids through everything that you are doing?
Well, not to pat myself on the back, but I really think that what I bring and me and my team bring is, first off, I believe that every child is born perfect. They have all of the traits and characteristics that they need to be successful throughout their life. And it's the BS belief system that they get from the adults around them when they're growing up that actually pulls and extracts a lot of that, just that creativity, that curiosity, et cetera, takes it out of them. And if nothing else, I think the best way that I serve them is to encourage them to be kids. I mean, I do the same with adults. I think that if adults were more childlike, not childish, but if adults were more childlike, that they would be so much more successful and happy throughout their lives.
I love that. Thank you so much for that. So, and you and your team, do you know? Do you get any feedback from your clients, the children that are coming through to your platforms, and what is the feedback?
Well, I guess the feedback is the stories that they give us. So, like we had when we had our coffee talk, is we're actually developing the world's first animated reality based TV show for kids, and it's real stories of real kids who've gone through my identity building process, and it's the stories of the impacts that it's made either in their lives, their communities, or sometimes beyond. And it just shows how great these kids actually are. So every time I get one of those, I mean, I don't know if you guys can tell on my camera, but I get goosebumps just thinking about some of these stories and these amazing kids and what they've done. And we're only just at the tip of the iceberg right now.
Wow, incredible! And Mark, if you even need an exceptional voice character, to your other
I,
side, Leah, and you can connect with her. See, Leah, I just got a job for you. Thank you. So I just got two comments. Beautiful Michelle said, "Congratulations on your publishing company and publish your grandchildren books." Mwah. Thank you, Michelle. And then begin with guidance. Beautiful Christina. That was amazing, Leah. Oh, they said that your voice was amazing. The boys were into fairy and odd parents, so cool. Keep your inner child alive, but don't let them thrive to do the bus, drive the bus. So that's for you, my beautiful Mark. So if I can then go to beautiful Julie, just let me get my question. Julie, just give me 1 second. Can you share a story where a child's life was positively impacted by your book that you have created? Tell us about your book and then give us a story, please.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so I will start by showing you the book, and it's Which Would You Choose? And this is a scenario-based book. So as you can see, you have on one side, you have the scenario at the top, and these are like basic scenarios. There's 12 in the book, and they're all based on, I co-wrote the book really with my daughter because she read every scenario. She helped me pick the names. We tried to pick androgynous names so everybody could connect and relate. And then like basic scenarios that you could kind of connect with. So one side is the positive thinking and one side is the negative thinking. But in the end, just like the sloth, you're still the same. It's just, do you want to do things the hard, rough way, or do you want to do them the fun, more easier way? And you get to choose because your thoughts create your reality. And that's what this is teaching really is emotional intelligence. So I'm thrilled to be able to bring this into schools and into homes to help both parents and kids have the discussions, right? It's to spark that discussion on which would you choose and what other infinite possibilities could you come up with for this scenario and then other scenarios in your life. So when I was in the process of writing this book, and I was learning all these different mindset techniques, and one book in particular I was reading at the time was Mel Robbins' High Five Habit. You guys may be familiar with that one. Well, that one inspired me to create my own variation. And so I came up with this thing, and I would say, anytime you had a negative thought, you just say, stop. I choose not that. I choose joy, love, freedom, whatever words light you up, and then pick the opposite. Say the opposite of whatever that negative thought was, right? So for kids who are thinking, oh, I can't ever make any friends, stop that and say, you know what? I always make friends easily. I know I can make friends easily. And anything you repeat does become a belief as long as you keep repeating it and you allow yourself to be open to the possibility. So I basically was telling my daughter about this. She was around 8 or 9 years old at the time. And I thought this technique was really great. And she gives me this look like, and she wanders off. And I thought, well, I think it's amazing, so I'm going to use it. And I go about my day. And then, no kidding, about 5 weeks later, I show up at the swimming pool to pick her up. And she comes up to me all excited. She says, Mommy, I did it. And I said, you did what? And she said, I taught myself to do the underwater backflip. And I said, ooh, tell me all about it. So she starts telling me how a week prior she had taught herself the forward flip, and she thought teaching herself the backflip would be easy because she was waiting for her friends to arrive. But she started having trouble. There was water going up her nose. She was going left, right. She was going every way but backwards. And she started to get very frustrated. And then what do you think happened? Her mind started picking at her, right? Saying, you can't get this. What are you thinking? You're so dumb. You should just quit. So what do you think she did? She told me she started to get out of the pool. She had her hands on the edge. She started to push herself up. And then she looked at me and said, and then I did what you said. And I said, what? She said, that thing. And at this point, I'm like, this was 5 weeks ago. What are you talking about? And she says, that thing where you do the opposite? And I said, the flip around? Because that's what I like to call the technique. And she says, yeah. So I just said, no, I'm doing this. I know I can do this. I'm getting this. I'm doing it. And she got back in the pool. And within just a few more tries, she got that flip. She was all excited. Her friend showed up. She taught them. They had a marvelous day. I was so happy for her that she made that choice, and because she had learned a technique. So the biggest moral, though, is parents, keep talking because it is going in. We may not think they're listening, but they are. And when they need it, they'll remember it.
Wow, incredible. Thank you for that beautiful story. I told my grandson the other day, Xander, put your hand on top of your ear, close your ear, one ear. And he was like, okay, Omi. And he does it. And I said to his mom, okay, now talk to him now because now it will not leave him. It will not go in by the one ear. And the other. He said to me, Omi, it's not funny.
I have to use that. That's great.
Thank you, my beautiful Julie. So, my
Thank you.
beautiful Ashley, can I ask you the following question? What do you believe is the most important lesson children should learn today?
Oh, that's a good one. The most important lesson that I would say is if you have something in your heart and in your mind that you want to do, then surround yourself with people that can help you get there. Whether that's a positive teacher that pours and encourages you, whether it is a group of friends that are very encouraging and positive that you can surround yourself with. But don't let the lies of the world or negative people around you crush your dreams. You have to keep dreaming and working towards that dream.
I love that. Thank you so much, my beautiful Ashley. My beautiful Nina, may I please ask the same question for you? What do you believe is the most important lessons children should learn today?
How to trust themselves, how to trust their own intuition, because we already know the answers. Very often we just neglect that, and very often as we grow up we try to like be adults, and adults do not always listen to intuition. And very often we teach kids that's not really cool, and that's really like it's not really that's it's not cool. It's like there are other things out there that we should trust more, things like that. We teach them, and all of a sudden we realize that kids stop trusting themselves. But if we can teach kids how to trust themselves, how to trust their own intuition, because we already know the answers, we don't need validation from the outside world. We already have that. We don't need love from the outside world. We need to find love within ourselves. And that's the most important skill they need to learn.
I love that. Thank you so much, my beautiful Nino. And Kenneth, the same question to you, please. What do you believe the most important lesson children should learn today?
Well, I always teach them that there are no limits. I'm someone who was told that I would only reach a certain limit in anything that I did. I began martial arts when I was 9 because of bullying, and by the age of 22, I was encouraged to stop by not one but four doctors because of all the injuries I was suffering. I found out a decade later the reason for the injuries was because I was born with a hereditary neuropathy. The doctors all said by the age of 35, you'll be confined to a wheelchair. You'll have to kind of plan your life out, going forward from there. Well, Saturday I turned 60 years old. I'm not in a wheelchair, and I celebrated 51 years in martial arts. So I teach them that, I haven't had any surgery or medication or anything, that I didn't believe them. And because I didn't, I want them to understand how much they can do, because what I've achieved is bigger than what I even thought I could do for myself.
Sure, that is incredible, incredible. We're going to hear about your beautiful story about your kids and how you help them in the next round. Thank you so much, my beautiful Kenneth. So, my beautiful Maureen, may I ask you the following question? How do you incorporate the values of self care, kindness, and love into your work?
Oh, wow. That's a good one. That's one of my of all the questions, and I got it. Um, it really is about being an example to the children. I think the way that children learn best is by just watching us, by watching the world around them, and by validating. And I think obviously my work is as a life coach is validating people. And I think in our lives, a lot of us have missed that, and especially in our childhoods, we weren't validated. Our feelings weren't validated. A lot of us were told, you know, suck it up, buttercup. So we weren't allowed to express emotions. And so in my work, and I'm going to do what Julie did. This is my dog Bexley is just like me. And this is exactly, this is for the little guys. This is for babies, toddlers, and young ones. So we're starting really young. We're doing the 0 to 6 most formidable years. I'm getting to them early, so they won't be in my office getting coaching when they're 30. It really is about, why I use the dogs is that the dogs are so free. They're very free. They don't overthink anything. They are uninhibited. They do what they want. They feel how they want. If they're tired, they lay down. And I just want children to know, let your emotions guide you. Don't let them stop you. So for me, I think that's how really I incorporate how they can be kind and caring and loving, and just watch a dog and you'll learn everything you need.
Wow.
Thank you, my beautiful Maureen. So we got beautiful Eva. She said, "What incredible story!" So thank you so much for that. So my beautiful Chris, I left you till last, and for this now for this round, because I want to play your video first, so that the guests and the viewers can see what is in your book that makes this book so remarkable. But then your question, oh, let me just see. Uh, can you share a story where children's life was positively impacted by your book? So I know your book, you have a few children that have seen the book, but you can talk about how your book have changed your children's life. You can even do that. So are you ready for me to play your video? Here we go, my beautiful guest and viewers on. It's Chris opening his book. Okay, are you ready, Chris? Here we go.
Look at that. And then a little sleeve for it. See if I can find the mirror. Look at that. That's dope.
She, Leo, but you were so fast. I saw you were running and doing something there. I'm so happy you're back. So I'm going to ask you just to move it a little bit because the sunlight at the back of you that look like a light is
Okay.
very hectic.
I
So
apologize. My screen was dying. I didn't want my camera to shut off.
I thought so. I saw you scrambling to go and fetch something. So all
Yes.
good. So I'm going to go to Chris, my beautiful Chris. How did it feel to have that book, and tell us why you have to wait for the book? Because where did you get the book to be with your design in? And tell us what is in the design of the book that made it so special.
Yeah, so let's see here. Let's start with impact that it's made. So again, it's just getting out there, right? So there's probably, I don't know, 6 or 7, maybe 10 kids in the world that have had it read and to them. So really, the impact right now is in my home, and I've created what I call my document and the space that I create from and I live from. And as I was reciting my document, my sons have both asked, like, "Dad, can we do this too?" And it's a little different than affirmations, but for most people, you can kind of think of it in that term. And so we started putting these down for them. And um, for me, the two parts, my son was born with a lot of stuff, and I'm just calling it stuff nowadays because I'm moving from the terms that we labeled him. And so because of his stuff, we spend a lot of time in hospitals, a lot more than any other kid I know. And so last year, he was in the nurse's office probably every day. I was getting 2, 3 phone calls a week saying, "Dad, I don't feel good. I need to come home," you know. And so we've been in school for 2 months this year now. And one of the lines of his document is, "I am unbreakable." And he has moved from being in the office every single day to he's been in the doctor or into the um, nurse's office twice just to get the medicine, the as needed medicine that he needs. And then he's only called me once. And so we're at 3 months now, actually. And just the person that he is completely different. It's entirely different the way that he carries himself and the way that he interacts with the world. And it comes from, "I am unbreakable." And he says that every single day. And the other aspect is just the way that the boys interact with each other, right? It's really interesting to hear when they are in disagreement and argument, for one of them to stop and be like, "Is this who you are? Is this who you declare yourself to be?" A 6-year-old and a 9-year-old having conversations about, that was hurtful. Is that who you want to be? And to just be able to create that, for me, mission complete, right? Like my family has a language now where they talk to each other on who do they want to be and how do they want to create from. So, and they do it to me, right? When I'm getting flustered, right? My 9-year-old has twice now come up. Once he came up, put his hand on mine. He's like, "Dad, is this who you are?" And it like immediately brings that whole level of frustration like directly out of me. And my younger son, he was rolling around. He had the little towel over him. He's being all weird and creepy, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you so creepy?" And he goes, "Dad, because it's in my document." That's part of his document, right? He says, "I am creepy and dark," and who am I to say anything but absolutely, absolutely, you be that, buddy. And he goes and he's so much fun and light in his little creations that he does. Um, so yeah, just allowing them to create their document and be who they say they are has been really phenomenal in my household. As far as the book, so I have had to. The reason this thing has been interesting, I had a mirror put in it. Oh, you can see my light. Look at that. It's a nice light. um, and there's no place in the U.S. that will put a mirror in a book. And so I had to. It's taken me months to find a place that would do it. And I ended up reaching out to some people in China. And so now the reason that it's taking so long is that this is literally on a slow boat from China. So it's been a very fun back and forth interaction. Even paying people in China was interesting and different, right? You can't just send them a debit card number. So it's been a lot of fun to learn all the different things, but it's been a beautiful creation. So thank you so much for letting me share that, Sanet.
Wow, incredible. So I do have a few messages for all of you. My beautiful Kenneth, VR said awesome and beautiful Maureen. Crystal Rose said, and hello, my beautiful Crystal. I hope you're feeling much better, my beautiful one. She said, so excited. And then Krista also gave you a message, my beautiful Chris. She said, wow, what a story. So proud of him and all the love you have been giving him. And then Michelle, hello, Michelle. You said your story is so powerful. So thank you so much for your amazing story. Chris, I know your book is going to change a lot of adults' conception of labels for their children, because we do, and I did it as well. When I grew up, I thought it was good to tell my children, please don't say this, be conformative to what everybody does. But now, the last few years, I know this is not this the way that you are teaching them is the right way, because they must stay without labels. They don't need labels that nobody must give them. And yes, I love being not childish but childlike, because as soon as I am more childlike, use my imagination, magical stuff is happening all around me. So thank you so much, my beautiful Chris. So, Leo, I am going to come back to you. Please tell us, what do you create to make everything fun? Just let me quickly go back to my screen. There you are. Because you've got the children theater, you also on your website. And my beautiful viewers on E360, on the show notes below, all of my guest details is there. You are welcome to connect with all of them. And then also on all the advertisements I've placed, all your details is on there. So anybody can connect with you. So my beautiful Leah, you're on your website. You are so creative. So please tell us, what do you do to help kids with their creativity and their funness and then their expressions, please?
Okay. Something that I really love to do in the theater for kids is that in between working on the script, just kind of loosening and making things fun and doing improv. So that's for people that might not know what improvisation is you just set up a scenario, you make it up, you let the kids make it up, and then the kids get to use their imagination. Like you can say, you have a kid here that says you're on a park bench, another kid walks by and go. And you just say, create a scene. And it's just a very fun practice of getting them to use their imagination and saying, sky's the limit, just do whatever you want. And it makes them so happy. And yeah, that's one that I would say brings a lot of joy. And the kids absolutely love it. They forget that they're having to work and memorize a script. And so
Oh,
that brings a lot of joy. I think one of the best things kids and adults alike can tap into is your imagination, because the more you use it, the more you just get inspired action where taking action on what you're passionate about feels effortless, and you start to follow more of that you never know unless you try motto of life, and that's where beautiful doors open.
wow, I love that. Thank you so much for being you and inspiring the kids, because sometimes kids just want to have adults' permission to have more fun. And I know nowadays, and I can see it in my grandchildren, when we were younger, we used to play, there were no televisions when I was young. So we could use it. We played a lot of things outside. So, but today's kids don't have that way of imagining building a town and all that type of things, or playing. I don't know all the games you played, but we played roundabout here in South Africa. We played cricket. We played quite a lot of things. We call it blikker spy. So there was a tin with stones in, and then you throw it away. Then everybody runs and go, and you go into people's yards and hide away. We cannot do it now in South Africa, totally not, security wise not. But when I was with the children last year, I had all these games. I took a ball of wool, and my little grandson Zayden was Spider-Man, because he could take the wool like this. He could throw it, and then he was climbing the wool to go to where he needs to go. And that was
Oh, I love
was
that.
that was my imagination. And when he said, Omi, you are so clever. I said, yes, I know, but I played even more. I had my own. And later on, I
No.
watched. I crochet his blanket finish, but first of all, we used the wool. So it was just a beautiful story I remember. So thank you so much, Leah, for sparking that beautiful story
No,
with me. So
Jeanette,
my
you're so right. I just want to say real quick, you are so right because with kids, I think the more that they can get away from tablets and phones, because the tablets and phones and things, it's getting them away from social interactions and it's turning off their imagination. But it's like you're so much happier when you get outdoors and you actually are in person with your friends. And yeah, so that's so vital.
Wow, thank you. So, what we love to do, we went onto the trampoline because remember, I've lost all that weight. So, I can now
Yeah.
also went on the trampoline and we were trampoline and we were tired. Then we were lying down and we look at the clouds and see what type of animals or what figures is in.
I do the same thing.
And the children loved it. They told me, Omi, are we going to watch the clouds again? And I said, yes, we will watch the clouds again. So thank you for that. So, my beautiful Nina, I've got a question for you. How did you ensure that your content is both educational and enjoyable for children? And Mark, that question will also come to you. So, Nina, if I can start with you.
Yes, what I teach kids is how to use the energy healing to first of all, I teach them it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel anger, but you don't have to carry that through your whole life, and you don't have to carry that through your whole day and week. There are tools that can help you release that anger, that you can really let it go and feel better instantly. I teach them that. I also teach them. They are really practical tools kids love using them because they are so playful, and it's all about helping kids see what they already see and helping them use their own gifts and helping them trust their own feeling, their own intuition. This is where they have so much fun when we start playing. Can you guess what's the color of the car coming from the left? Can you guess what the car is coming from the right side? And they have so much fun because all of a sudden they are playing, but they are like training their own intuition and start trusting themselves. And also teaching them when they take a banana or an apple, like, how does it feel? Should you eat it right now? Your body is going to tell you. There's like a tools that can tell you, like, do your body need that apple or that banana? Can you, like, what is going to happen when you eat that? And kids love that. Kids love to make decisions. What they find it very useful is to use these tools in school, because then they really can um, what they love to use energy healing is really like, and their own intuition to really guess the answers at the exams. They love using it for that, and it's all about they already know the answers. They just need to trust themselves to cross the right answer, and it really gives them confidence in themselves. And all these tools are very practical. They are really playful, and kids love them. And kids use energy healing so natural, and they know how to move energy around, and they have so much fun doing that.
Thank you for what you are showing the children because energy work is incredible. And if more people and children can use it, our world will be a better place. Thank you, my beautiful Nino. Before I go over to Mark, I've got two messages. Beautiful coach Eva, all the way from UK. She said, hello, everyone. Krista said, that's so good. We don't use our imagination enough. So that is for you, my beautiful Leah. And Krista said, yeah, we all can use confidence. And that's for you, Nina. Thank you so much for that. So, my beautiful Mark.
So, in terms of how we make things entertaining, there's several different answers to that. But when we're talking about specifically the core age group that we work with is basically second through fifth graders, so roughly 8 to 12. That's part of why we chose the animated characters, because you can do things in animation that you can't obviously do in real life, so to speak. And you can also have, even though they're based on true stories, you can have the archetypal characters in there that, you can have the villain of the bully or something like that, and how the child is able to address that and overcome it. And then in everything that we do, because we have content that ranges from kids, it doesn't matter whether you're 8 or 68, is basically what we've done is we've stolen from Disney. And what I mean by that is that there's multiple layers in every story that we tell. So there's a reason why adults can sit through and watch The Little Mermaid 100 times with their, child or grandchild that wants to watch it. It's because the kids are getting something here, but the parents are getting something up here, and it's still interesting to us. It's the story. It's not necessarily the vehicle itself. So that's how we try to make it as both entertaining as well as educational, and we think we're doing a pretty good job.
Wow. Congratulations. Please continue what you are doing. I love it. Thank you, my beautiful Mark. So this following question, I am going to ask beautiful Chris first, because he is almost about to leave us. And then I'm going to ask Maureen, and also then for Julie. And then the next question I'm going to ask will be for Ashley and then for Kenneth. So my beautiful Chris, what role do you think stories and creative programs play in children's development?
Mm. This is awesome, because I just had this really deep couple of conversations about how stories are kids to really explore things, right? Even when they're out, I remember being young, and through story, through making things up, right? We had some of our most enjoyable, times. So really, that hero's journey is such a powerful creation, that when we can use that in the context of the subject that we're working with, I think that it becomes even more powerful, because it helps kids see themselves, and kids put themselves into those stories. And so that's a lot of the work that I'm moving into, is based around how do we get this in assemblies and stuff like that. So definitely still on the horizon, but I'm working with a really phenomenal organization, Soul Shop, and they've got it down to an art, and now we're just shifting the message a little bit on how that works. So
Incredible. So I'm just only bringing in for you, paparazzi. Please tell us, what is your golden nugget?
again, it just goes back to every kid is divine and perfect as they are, and that if we give them the space to declare who they are, and that the world's labels will just be a little less sticky. If every single kid knows, yeah, if we, the saying goes, if we don't stand for anything, we'll fall for everything. If we don't know who we are, we'll be whatever we're told.
Thank you. So my beautiful Chris, are you ready for paparazzi?
Hold on. I actually got some.
Okay. I love it. So I am going to come to you, beautiful Maureen. Just give me 1 second. I think there was a message for Chris. Let me just see. Oops, a daisy. Chris, Natalie from Canada said, yes, the hero within, starting early to see challenges as necessary in the um, education to overcome. And then Krista said, everybody has been so inspirational. So that is for everybody. So, my beautiful Chris, you are welcome to say adieu. And then you can, when you need to leave, you are welcome to leave, because the aeroplane will not wait for you. You need to be there early. Thank you. So, my beautiful Maureen, do you want me to repeat the question, or are you ready to go?
The same question that you had for him.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Can you read that again?
Okay,
Sorry.
I just need to go and get it quickly. Just give me 1 second. What role do you think stories and creative programs play in a child's development?
Oh my goodness. I think it's crucial. I think it's absolutely crucial that children are allowed to have fun, but learn at the same time. And I really truly think if we think back to our childhoods, what was the most impactful? It was when you were having fun. Think of all the emotions that were centered around having fun. And when you are able to feel the emotions because you're having fun, that's the thing that stays within you. That's the thing, that's the seed that grows. You remember, for instance, mother was very nurturing, and we always had fun. Even the smallest things, we would do arts and crafts, or we would just take a walk together, and that was so impactful. The lessons I learned during stories and creativity and having fun far outweigh anything else that had happened, that it just went away because there were no emotions and good emotions surrounding that. Fun stories. So I am and she knows who she is. I've never seen so much confidence in such a little package. Every night they allow her to go pick out a book, and every single night she picks my book out. And so it's so precious. Like she'll let them read it, but she flips it over and points to my picture and then opens it up. But the other thing that I think my daughter is doing really well, and this is some good advice for parents, is she has a little bar in my granddaughter's room, and she hangs 3 outfits and lets my granddaughter go pick. At 1 years old, she's getting to make these choices and to have fun. And yes, and she's teaching the adults in my granddaughter's life an alternative to saying no. So it's so amazing to see this shift in parenting, and I give so much credit to the technology that's out there, the self-help, the shift of energy, the positivity of things like this summit. So I just think it's getting to where we understand more now what to do versus what not to do. So I really think let's just have fun. Let's have fun with our kids. Let's not be so serious. Let's not be so bogged down by the have tos. Let's embrace the get tos. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. I love it. And I love it that you are now in the point of view of a grandmother. So for me as well, I am so proud of my daughter with all the things she does for my grandsons. I cannot tell you. It's like, oh, I'm so proud and I love her even more. Thank you so much for that, Maureen. So we've got messages. Christina said, thank you. We all learned something as adults too. Beautiful, much love, biggest hairiest hug. So sorry, I have to read here. Thank you for being you and sharing what you do. Keep it up too. So I'm not sure if that was for Chris or if that was for Maureen. I didn't know when it came through. So sorry for that, but it's for all of you. Mary Bailey, hello, my beautiful Marie. Maureen, yes, fun is so important in every stage in life. It is sad that we often forget that. How beautiful. Thank you so much for that. So, my beautiful Julie, can you tell us, and I know it's going to be the same question, but can you tell us what are you helping children and teachers and parents with meditation? Please tell us about that story you told me, please.
You mean the story about what inspired me with this new mission of getting meditation taught in schools?
Yeah, but you can do that. But then please tell us why you're doing the school meditation. How incredible is that?
Oh, yes, absolutely. So when the COVID pandemic hit and everybody was sent home, I started meditating every day. Now, before this, I hadn't really meditated. I mean, off and on, I did a little yoga, did some breath work, discovered it in yoga, but nothing serious, right? And no kidding, after less than 2 weeks of meditating every day, twice a day, I felt this connection within like I'd never felt. I mean, when you were growing up, did you ever feel different? Did you ever feel like you were not like everybody else? Or like, you couldn't connect, right? I mean, I think at some point everybody feels like this. And when I was growing up, I felt that a lot. And I always, was trying to fit in and to, people please and get the likes and get the validation, right? And everything that everybody's talking about here. If I had known then what I discovered at age 44 from meditating, the connection within, that we are all connected. We are all connected and we are enough just as we are. Just by being here on this earth, your energy, the love, the thoughts that you choose to focus on and feel, and when you feel that positivity, you emanate it out all around you, and you are actually physically, science is actually proving this now, your thoughts are creating in your reality. Think about that. If you knew that when you were a kid and you could grow up recognizing that how you think and feel is affecting your reality, oh my gosh, not only would I have felt so much more empowered, confident, joyful, but I would have made different choices. I would have made different decisions with my actions, right? I wouldn't have let necessarily people sway me to do things, like we were saying, not be myself, not do what I really want to do, right? And so recognizing that, and I was also reminded at this point when I was doing the meditation and wishing that I'd had this when I was growing up. Where has this been my whole life? How come nobody taught me this? It's not their fault, but it reminded me of what happened in one of my daughter's classrooms about a year prior, when she came home one day and she says, "Mommy, our class was evacuated." And I'm like, "What?" I mean, I was practically freaking out. I'm thinking, was there a shooter? Was there a fire? Was there? And then sanity returned, and I'm like, well, she's right here, and she's obviously fine. So it couldn't have been too serious. And I'm thinking, she was fairly young, so how did she know what that word meant? But she basically told me that, yes, her teacher had to evacuate the entire classroom because a single child was just acting out from emotional overwhelm and did not know how to handle it in a safe and effective way. And the teachers didn't know how to help the child. And I'm thinking, is this what it's come to? I mean, if a child is acting out, they're crying for attention, right? Every act, as Joe Dispenza says, is either an act of love or a cry for love. Everything that we do. So when they're seeking love, they're seeking attention. The last thing you want to do is abandon them, is leave them alone. But when you have safety at the core, and I'm not, there's no pointing fingers here. It's just the situation itself, right? And this happens. I've heard countless stories of this. I've have them in my own life. And that happens hundreds of thousands of times all across the world in all kinds of classrooms and homes. But the point is, how do we help the children and how do we help ourselves? And what I would like to propose is meditation, teaching children from very early on, right? From as early as they can understand what breathe in and breathe out is, right? And that's probably even around age 1 or before. And just recognizing that when you focus on breathing deeply and exhaling for longer than you inhale, you send a powerful signal to your mind that you're safe. And so this immediately calms your body and it takes you out of that stress, fight or flight response, and it puts you into your parasympathetic system, rest, digest, create. And when you feel that, you're more connected to love and to possibility, to expansion. So you'll have better choices, you'll think of better choices, and you'll make better decisions. So in interacting in the world from that place of love and calm confidence within, that's what we want. And we need it to be a daily, consistent habit. And the only way you get that is by doing it daily and consistently. So creating just something fun, quick, and easy where you do some deep breathing, you do that, use your imagination, right? Like everybody says, you visualize something that brings you joy and love and just your favorite stuffed animal, your favorite toy, whatever, your favorite pet. And then you make those positive statements, just like Chris is saying, right? I am enough. I am lovable. I'm unstoppable. I'm unbreakable. And you bring all of that in, and you have your own little morning routine, right? And if teachers were doing this every morning, can you imagine? Like the Dalai Lama says, if meditation were taught to children, the whole world would change in a single generation. And I truly believe that. And it's my mission to help push that.
Wow. I love it. Thank you so much for making that your mission. And I know that your mission is not only going to change the world, but it will bring people back to love. Back to love. Thank you. So my beautiful Ashley and Baba, my beautiful Chris, mwah, safe journey. So my beautiful Ashley and Kenneth, I am going to ask the same question to you. I just wanted to see if we can make the screen still full. Okay. So Kenneth, now maybe you will have to move a little bit to come into the screen just for a little while. Will that be possible? Sorry, Leah. Sorry, everyone. So I'm going to ask the same question for Ashley and Kenneth, and then I'm going to have a quick. You can all tell me your forever song, and then I'm going to give you all the ability to ask each other a question. So, Julie, you will then decide which person on the panel you want to ask a question. But before we start with the questions, you are able to ask the questions. I would love to play your and also beautiful Nina's video again. So my beautiful ones, we are going to stay here a little bit. Let me just see. I'm going to ask the question, and then I will see somebody have written in the private chat for me. My beautiful Ashley, what are some simple activities and practice parents can use at home to reinforce the values you promote in your work?
I think the biggest thing in our house, since we homeschool and have 6 of the 7 kids here, is letting them watch how we handle situations. And also showing them how important self-care is, whether that's between my husband and I, or where we go on a date, dinner, whatever it is. But also just even in myself, since I'm here with them all the time and my job doesn't stop, that they can see that I'm taking care of me. That builds in them the value to carry on when they get older, of let's not burn the candle at both ends. Let's not burn ourselves out. Let's remember to pour back into our cup so we have more to give to other people. We are very faith focused in our house. So it's important to us to have the kids involved in church. And my older boys serve on the kids team along with my husband and I. So every weekend they're there and they're leading little small groups with the kindergartners or the first graders. So they're involved in helping with other kids. And we have a little girl or a family that's very special to us, and their little girl has type 1 diabetes. And my 13-year-old when she's high for her blood sugars, he's like, okay, let's run. And he's getting her active to help her lower those. So he's engaged and he's recognizing when kids need that little extra love and that little extra attention. And he may not do it with his siblings, let's be honest. But he does it with other kids, and he enjoys being that leader and that, that little. I don't want to call him a mother hen because that's not the word I'm looking for. But he likes to take them under his wing and make sure that they have what they need in the moments that they need it. So those values that we display to him help him show that to other people.
That's so beautiful. So Crystal said that's true to remember those emotions then when you have fun. Christina said big hearts, hugs, and yes, it is for everyone. Thank you all. And then beautiful coach Eva said it was amazing. So my beautiful Ashley, when I had my coffee chat with you, I was blown away by you. You've got your own business. You've got homeschooling kids. You have your own skincare products. You are doing the research on aloe vera. You've done a lot, and you are doing, and still every day you go out and you do a motivational video for everyone. You've got a podcast, and you can take care of yourself. So I am in awe of what you are doing. You are truly one special mama and one special entrepreneur. So I'm truly proud of you. Thank you. My beautiful Kenneth, can I ask you the same question, or let me rather go this way? When your building burned down, you really had to make a different plan to get those amazing kids of yours accessible to come still to do their sports. So can you tell us what motivated you to keep on keeping on for those amazing kids?
Well, that's a great question. I think a lot of it has to do with my journey as well as my oldest daughter because she was labeled as autistic. And the reason why I say that is because one of the greatest lessons I ever learned at the last school that I taught at, which specialized in teaching special needs students as well, because the owner was a child behavior specialist, I learned from them that we're all special needs. We all have our things that trigger us. We all have our emotions that are good or bad, and we find ways to navigate, through those difficulties. But with the kids now, with me not having my school at this moment, I'm very blessed to just go to them. And one of the things I encourage the parents to do is always say, how are you today? Instead of you deciding how your child feels or thinking you know how they feel, ask them how they are today. And they'll be very honest with you about how they feel when you ask them. And that's something that I've always done with them. And doing that, there's no expectations. They don't feel they have to be a certain way or answer a certain way. They just tell me how they're feeling at that moment, and we go from there.
That is incredible. If there's one thing that you want to tell a parent with any child, not only a child that is having a difficulty in something, but for any parent, what will be that one thing?
Just how incredible it is to be different. Your child isn't less than or more than. They're just different. They have a different way of doing things, of understanding things. Their processes are different. It just I've learned so much from my students. Even though they say I'm the teacher, they've really taught me, and it started with my daughter.
Beautiful. Kenneth, please do keep on doing what you are doing, because you are not only making a difference in those incredible kids' lives, but in their parents as well. Because as soon as they can accomplish something, the parents, the proudness of the parents is just, bless you, my beautiful Ashley. The parents is just being more prouder and prouder. So, my beautiful Julie, you've got very long messages from the ladies, Christine, Christoph, and Marie, for your meditation. Please just go through there because it's truly amazing, and all agree that meditation must be taught into schools, especially middle school. So thank you. So my beautiful ones, we're going to quickly go to the videos. Just give me 1 second, and then I'm going to ask you about your beautiful forever songs, and then you are having the ability to ask a question to anyone. So let me see if I can take us a little bit back on the screens. Give me 1 second so that beautiful Kenneth don't have to sit like this. So my beautiful Nina, here is your beautiful commercial. Thank you for being a sponsor. Here we go.
I told you that you have the power to heal, earn, and impact millions doing the work you love. Hi, my name is Nina Maglic. I'm a marketing coach for healers, helping them expand their reach, get more clients, and heal humanity. In my new membership, Healing Millions, I'm going to teach you how to build a profitable, predictable, and scalable healing business step by step with ease and clarity, even if you start from scratch and have no experience previously. Come and join us inside Healing Millions. We look forward to seeing you there. Click the link below to join us now.
Thank you. And I visit your YouTube channel. Quite impressive the way that you are teaching beautiful people there to do things. I think the latest one I saw is on what platforms you can get your message out. So I love that. Thank you, my beautiful Nino.
Thank
Um,
you.
thank you. And then my beautiful Julie, are you ready? Here we go.
Hi, I'm Julie Deanne, the creator of My Time Within. Now, this is a quick, fun, daily practice for children and adults that empowers them to remain calm and confident despite whatever chaos is going on in their lives. And what we are really talking about here is emotional freedom. Who doesn't want that, right? Connect with me at juliedeanneauthor.com. And thank you so much, Sanet, for your beautiful network and for having us all on the show and sharing these wonderful, powerful tools with the world.
Okay, so I just quickly want to see Christina have given us. Let me just see. So we do have somebody. I'm okay. She wants to sell her products and services, and this is not the right place to announce it for her. So my beautiful Julie, I'm gonna use this glasses. What is your forever song?
Ooh. I would say my favorite song is by King and Country, Love Me Like I Am with Jordan Sparks. I love that song.
Love it. And we also had a beautiful dance together. So this is for your forever song. Thank you so much. My
Thank you.
beautiful Ashley, my beautiful Ashley, what is your forever song?
I think it's changed a little bit from the last time that we had our dance together, but I would say Come to the River by Brandon Lake.
Wow, I love it. And my beautiful Ashley, I have to give you this glasses from Elton John because you know you have inspired so many people, and he had done a lot. He had written songs, he have written books, he have written plays. So multitask here. Here is your beautiful glasses. Thank you so much. My beautiful Nina, what is your forever song?
My forever song is Limitless from JLo. from Jennifer Lopez. That's such an amazing song with a powerful message.
Wow. And can you see what's the glasses I put on? You are a rock star.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much, Leo. What is your forever song?
I had to give this a little thought because I always have songs that like I hear and I'm like, oh yeah, this is my new favorite. But ever since I've been a little kid, we're talking about kids, I have a song that always brings me back to a gratitude mind and is a pick me up. And it's Zippity Doo Dah. Because he's like, my oh my, what a wonderful day. And it's like Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. And it just helps me like get in that mind frame of, there's always something to be grateful for. So,
Wow. And can you see my aviator glasses?
yeah, yeah, they're so cool.
Thank you so much. My beautiful Mark, can you tell us what is your forever song?
I tend to surprise people when I tell them this, but it's "Lose Yourself" by Eminem.
Well, can I tell you something, everyone? Beautiful Mark was my 500 coffee chat in 2 years and 8 months. So now Mark is on the screen. I didn't play his song beforehand. And now the song like starts slowly. Oh my goodness, it's a rap song. And this beautiful Mark have blown my away. I will never forget my 500 coffee chat. So you are a cool dude. Can you see the sharks? Wow, thank you. My beautiful Kenneth, can you please tell us what is your forever song?
Mine is a song called "Keep Looking" by Sade.
Wow, I love it. And I actually have these glasses I bought last 2 years ago on the 4th of July. So here is my 4th of July glasses for you, my beautiful Kenneth.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you. And then my beautiful Maureen, I've got special glasses for you. What is your forever song?
My forever song is Champion by Carrie Underwood. Look at those hearts. I love it.
And there's diamonds in. And my beautiful, beautiful Maureen, your song became. I dance to all of your songs every 3 weeks because it's part of my playlist. Ashley, you must tell me what your new song is so that I can put it in. And beautiful Leah, we have to change your song as well. But your song became my one of the songs I play every day. So my beautiful Maureen, thank you for sharing that amazing song for me. My beautiful guest, we have another um, 35 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that. So I am going to give Nina the first opportunity to ask any of you a question. So my beautiful Nina, who do you love to ask a question for?
I would love to ask Kenneth. Um, the moment when you find out when doctor said to you you're going to be in wheelchair, how did you find strength and how did you find motivation to keep going and do the work you love?
That's a great question. It's probably because of my mom. I mean, I'm fortunate that both my parents are alive and well. My mom also, she said something to me when I was a kid. She said, "I don't care if there's 100 people in the room and they're all against you. You stand your ground for what you believe." Having the one doctor say, this was going to happen is one thing, and they always say get a second opinion. Well, I got three more, and all four doctors were unanimous. And no matter what, I just remember what my mom always said: just stand your ground if you don't believe that that's true. So I declined stopping martial arts, declined having the surgery, only to find out it was the best decision I ever made. Because once I was diagnosed a decade later with this hereditary neuropathy, every neurologist said if you had stopped, you would have been in the wheelchair. So you've actually been self-medicating and healing all this time, and you've reached levels that no one should be able to, but you did.
Thank you so much for sharing that beautiful story.
Wow, beautiful. Kenneth, who do you want to ask a question?
Wow. I would say Mark. I'm
Um,
trying to get my words right. I love that your focus is on children. Was there something that happened in your life that, guided you in that direction, that your focus was going to be on children? Because so many times they're left behind or forgotten about when I see so many other things that go on. So what inspired you to really focus on children?
there wasn't an incident, right? It's not some childhood trauma kind of thing, but I was born with a gift, and that gift is I am able to, for whatever reason, I still don't understand it to this day, but I'm able to connect with kids instantly. Uh, I've seen it happen at the grocery store, and you can hear a kid the next aisle over, kind of like crying and stuff like that. And I come around the corner, and we make eye contact, and they just immediately stop and it's like, oh, right. And I think it's because they just realize I'm just a bigger version of them, kind of thing. And really, when it comes to what I'm doing with kids, it's a calling. I had an epiphany in late 2009 where I had been working with so-called adults for over a decade as a corporate sales trainer and a personal development coach. And the story, as far as what was the spark, is too long to go into now. But I was out at an event with some of my son's football coaches. He was playing youth football. He was 9 years old at the time, and he started going off on this positive rant about my son, about how he's he's very coachable. He listens. He's a natural leader. The other kids follow him, et cetera, et cetera. And then I did something that we all do, but none of us ever admit to, and I mentally checked out of the conversation. Because I started thinking, like, wouldn't it be great if every parent could have these types of conversations about their kids? It's like, what could I do about that? And I realized he was still talking, so I kind of, shook it off, and I re-engaged in the conversation. But I know that that was the spark for what happened later that evening when I was in bed and I was in that stage of sleep before you hit REM, when literally it was like a lightning bolt just kind of came through. I mean, again, the goosebumps are even bigger than they were when I was talking earlier, because it literally just started to download. It's like, hey, dummy, you've been doing this with adults for 10, 15 years. All you have to do is take what you teach, put it into a format that will engage and entertain the kids, and you can literally make a difference in the rest of the world. And it just started to download about what it was going to be, how we were going to do it. And unlike the other amazing ideas that I've had that I'm going to write down in the morning, and then you wake up in the morning and they're just gone. I got up, I got out of bed, got out a legal pad and just started writing. And I'm since divorced, but my wife came down the next morning. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's not done yet." And I just kept writing. And about 80% of what I am for kids and everything that we're doing today came from that night. So, like I said, I would say it was a calling that found me.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow, beautiful. Mark, who do you want to ask a question? All earth angels, Krista said.
So I would love to ask Leah a question. I guess it's more of a creative question of how do you, like you did Timmy Turner before. That was a voice that was already in existence. But like if somebody shows you a character that you're going to be the voice for,
Okay.
how do you come up with what that character is going to sound like?
Oh, I love that question. So the voiceovers that I've gotten in the past for cartoon is they have an idea. They'll let me know the age and like the personality type. And so I love to hear the backstory of the character, like, and I'll just take a few moments and like envision that I'm not Leia Brown anymore, but I'll be like, okay, I'm this character. What drives them? What makes them excited? And what I do is I then just kind of start finding the placement in my throat and what kind of level of excitement or mellowness I'll bring. And I usually play around with it for like maybe 5 minutes of like, oh, there's the voice. Like, yeah, so it takes a good little bit to figure out what the voice is, and but it's so fulfilling and it's so exciting. Yeah. Like there was one lady that came to me and she said, I want you to voice and sing a 10-year-old little princess that sings to the moon. And she's like lonely and she's a princess, but she's lonely. So I put myself in those shoes and oh, it was just so fun. I love it so much. Yeah.
Wow. Are you happy, Mark?
I'm always happy. Thank you.
But are you
Yeah,
happy
thanks for the
with me?
question.
Oh,
With me?
absolutely, yes.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, that's
So,
a great
Leah,
question.
thank you. Who do you want to ask a question?
Yes, so I have a question for Ashley. So Ashley, you have 7 children, which I think is so beautiful. If you were to have advice for women and men alike out there that want children, but they don't have them yet, and you were to say what you've found is like something that is guaranteed to make a very happy, fulfilled child, what advice would you give?
Wow.
Ooh, that's a good one. You're gonna make me ponder.
Yeah, it's kind of loaded. Doesn't have to be just one thing.
I think in reality, because the the divorce rate is so high within society, and I am a child of divorced parents, my husband is a child of divorced parents. Let your kids see you work at your marriage. Let them see the highs, let them see the lows. But also involve them in memory making. Um, Take trips together as a family, even if it's a trip to the park, something that doesn't cost a lot of money. But if you want to take that big trip, give them experience. Don't shelter them from the world. Um, Take them places and have those conversations. If you could be driving down the interstate, say through Chicago, for example, and you're seeing homeless people on the side of the road. Have those conversations with your kids. That something happened in their life. We don't know what their story is, but this is ultimately where they've ended up. And it's sad, and all we can do is say a prayer for them that they're safe and, those types of things. But let them experience the world. Um, and if you don't take them outside of the continental United States, take them within the states and show them that life isn't always a grand adventure, but it can be what you make it. Um, and I think just being real with your kids makes a huge difference. Like, yes, they need to experience life as a child and to be able to have that imagination and be able to play and grow and do all those things. But they also need to know that as they get older and as they become an adult, life isn't going to always be that way. Like, that's just the reality of the world that we live in. You can't always see the world with rose-colored glasses on. As much as you want to and you want to be able to have that experience, that's just not the way that it always works. So life is not going to be fair all the time, and life isn't going to give you a participation trophy. You have to pave the way. You have to be focused and not in a comparison mode. Um,
Mm.
but I think really it's showing them the love that you have for each other with your spouse, and that you're willing to do the hard things together and you're willing to go the hard places.
That is so beautiful.
Beautiful. Me
Yeah,
too.
you happy, Leah?
Oh no, no, that makes a lot of sense, and it actually
Thanks.
reminds me of what Julie had said, that your kid is always listening. So by showing them the example of your relationship and how you go throughout life's ups and downs, be a really good role model for them, and but be realistic of becoming a successful adult. So that was,
Wow.
yeah. Thank you for that.
Beautiful.
Hmm.
So, my beautiful Ashley, we still need to do the golden nugget. So, please, can you ask a question for any of the three ladies that's still left? Ladies, is it possible to keep it a little bit shorter, and then you will then ask the next lady so that we still can get paparazzi in? So, Ashley, who do you want to ask a question?
I'll ask Maureen. So, how did you come up with the whole emotional, like, let's follow after the dog? How did you come up with that?
You muted. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, Maureen.
Can you hear me? No?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, perfect. I was in my own emotional sort of breakdown. I had been in very toxic relationships, and I was sitting in my room one day and just kind of feeling sorry for myself, crying. And, and I look over and in their eyes this unconditional love. And it really just made me realize that I needed to love myself that way. And from there, I just kind of watched them, and I would see them do something and I would jot it down. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's so simple. Everybody wants the answer to, the secret of life. And I just looked at them and said, oh my gosh, that's it. That's the secret of life, is be here for a short amount of time, because all they do is love unconditionally, and they're not bogged down by problems and questions and all those kinds of things. So yeah, it just continued from there. Each book is going to be on a different topic with all of the examples from the dogs. So great question. Thank you.
That is incredible. Thank you so much, my beautiful Ashley and Maureen. Maureen, who do you want to ask a question? Nina and Julie is still open for a question.
So we have Julie left.
And
So let
Nina.
me and Nina. Okay. You know what? I can kind of give one part to each one. I think this is a really good question. I'm going to give Nina the question of, what advice would you give parents when they are frustrated with their children? How do we teach them the best way to react to children when they're frustrated?
Oh, Nina, just
Oh, sorry.
unmute yourself. Thank you.
Yeah, what we need to learn as a parent is how to really control us and how to help ourselves when we get in that state. And it's really, yeah, our kids are going to trigger us. Our kids are going to have their bad days, good days, but it's up to us how we respond to that. And it's really how like there's amazing tools out there helping you really get grounded and really calm in just a few seconds. Take a deep breath. Think about like, if how I want to respond, how I want to be remembered by my child. Yes, I'm a parent. Yes, I need to teach them. Yes, I need to guide them, but I'm still there for them. I want to show them love. And yes, they will make mistakes, but it's we can find a way how to fix that mistake, because I want I have a 4-year-old daughter, and I always want to have an honest conversation with my daughter. I want her to know that I'm there for her, even if she makes mistakes, even if she makes crazy things, I'm there for her. And yes, it's going to upset me at the moment, but I'm still responsible for my own behavior, and I need to work on myself so my kid can see how I behave, so she can find a way to mimic that behavior, or find a way how to calm herself in just a few seconds. And there are amazing tools out there available too.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Nina. Maureen, what is Julie's question? Julie and Maureen, we've got less than a minute, so I'm so sorry for that, but ask Julie a question.
Julie, how do parents or teachers deal with a difficult child?
I would say the best thing is kind of the same answer for that I would have given to your other question for parents is remind yourself in that moment to stop and just take a deep breath. They're only little once. And you want to make sure that you're responding from a place of love, because you're going to respond a little bit differently if you just take that split second to check in with your heart and just remember you are a guide. These children are divine, perfect, infinite beings, and each one of us has a purpose on this earth, and they are here to discover that purpose and then shine it like the brilliant diamonds that each one of us is. So our role as teachers, parents, adults is simply to provide them with a safe framework to kind of pick and choose and experience life, but to allow them to see that they are the creators. They do get to choose what kind of experience they want for their life. And so just showing them that, yeah, unconditional love, it's okay, feel it all, but remember your emotions are feedback. So it starts with a thought. Pick a better thought that makes you feel better, and then you're going to get better results in your life.
Wow, beautiful. So thank you, my beautiful Maureen and Julie. So there is no time for golden nuggets, but are you ready for paparazzi? Another one? I'm trying to take a photo, but it's too fast. There you are, my beautiful guest. Thank you so much for being amazing guest. Please stay on the line after we end the broadcast. But I wanted to ask, will you have a dance with me?
Yes.
Thank you. My beautiful viewers on E360 and all the Diamond Beauties and Tanzanites, will you have a dance with us? They said yes. They said yes. Here we go. Woohoo! Nina! Oh, here we go. Julie, Ashley, Kenneth, Maureen.
Walking on
Woohoo!
sunshine or dancing in the rain. Sprinkle me with fairy dust so I can fly away. Smiling at a moonbeam or squinting in the sun. Sprinkle me with fairy dust and cover me with love. From butterflies to eagles, oh, there's magic in that flight. Sprinkle me with fairy dust. Watch me take to the